Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Andrew Lewis here with my business GL Rustic Design. Just a little bit about me and kind of what today's video is about. So started this business as a little side hustle. For all you ones who are doing it as a side hustle, I could very well make it a full-blown business if I wanted to. Quite not ready to do that yet. Still working a full-time gig, but so today's video is I'm going to be breaking down what it costs to build the shop that I'm currently in. If you've watched some of my previous videos, we started in a 24 by 36 shop. This was at our old property. When we bought the place originally, I really didn't know what I wanted to do with it. We got into, razors, four-wheelers, whatnot at first. Was kind of the place where I just kind of kept those, worked on those as I needed. And then it eventually progressed into a full-blown woodworking side business. Started off as, just to see if I could do it. I watch a ton of YouTube, as do most of you. And I found a guy who built a kitchen table, and I was like, oh man, I can do that, so I went out, bought all the tools, posted a question on Facebook. Hey, would anybody be interested in, if I wanted to build you a kitchen table, would you just, I sold it for literally what I had in it. It was a few $100 just to see if I can do it. Well, I did that one, and next thing you know, that person had a friend that wanted one. Then that friend had a friend that wanted one, and it just escalated from there. It started a business page. Like I said, fast forward 4 years, and here we are now, and we're in this place. It's been such an absolute blessing. For the ones who are teeter-tottering on doing it, I say do it, go for it, especially if you're good at it. The best advice I can give you is stay consistent. Whatever you do, stay consistent with, trying to get better. Spend the money on good tools. Not saying in the beginning, you can buy some cheaper stuff. There's some good quality brands out there, but for the most part, once you get into it, you want some good quality tools. Tools make up so much of your time. So, but so like I said, so we built this place. We're sitting on roughly about 8 acres. Bought it in 2018. And then my wife and I, we have 3 kids. We'd planned on, building a house, building a big shop, and I always had this place drawn out, on paper. I always told my buddies, hey, I'm gonna build this, da-da-da, and they kind of looked at me like I was crazy, and here we are 4 years later. We've moved in, still nowhere near where I want it to be. But so we started off as just the whole dirt work, the pad that we're sitting on. So the driveway and the pad itself was about, I think it was $12,500. That included my driveway leading up to this is it's 20 foot wide and 250 foot long. Then there's a big turnaround space between the shop and the house. So just they dug 2 foot down, backfilled that whole 2 foot with chert, let it settle for, I don't know, probably 7, 8 months, 9 months, something like that. And then they came back they added gravel in the meantime. So it's 2 foot of chert, gravel, and then they poured they formed the concrete. Probably, I think I started the process in early November of 2020. Actually, they didn't pour my pad to about July of 21. So it was a good stretch, in between time. But, just the pad the shop is sitting on, you probably roughly estimated about $6,500. But the whole pad, and when I say pad, just the chert and the gravel was about $12,500 or so. And like I said, so just this pad was 65-ish. The concrete, I think it has footers around the whole pad. It says 40 by 90, so it's 3,600 square foot of concrete. I think it was about 45, 50 yards, somewhere in there, 55-ish. They poured it, I think 6 inches deep. I'd have to go back and check on that. But it was roughly about $13,000 just for the concrete pad itself. Let it dry. They let it dry for 2-3 weeks. I think it was good after about a week, but they let it dry for 2-3 weeks. Then they started the framing. The framing is 2x4 studs. My walls are 14 foot tall. And the only reason we wanted 14-foot walls so that I could have 3 12 by 12 doors, which you can see behind me. The doors are fully automatic because we'll eventually have a boat, and I didn't want to take the tower off of the boat every time that I pulled it in and out of the shop. So I told them I wanted 12-foot doors. I didn't care how tall the walls were, so the walls ended up being 14 foot tall. And then from there, so the framing itself, I believe this was framing, and this was 2x4s and labor, was like $12,000. And then, like I said, the walls are 2x4s. The roof the trusses are 2x6. They were bought and delivered here. The trusses were like $5,600, and you got to think all this was in the middle of, like, right before lumber got really bad. So I caught a little bit of the lumber hike, so it probably wouldn't be this much if you waited till after. I don't know when lumber would go down. I think the 2x6s and the trusses were like $2,300, and then like $5,600 for both of those. So that's $7,500, something like that. And then so once we got that built, they put the sides and the roof on. So there's OSB wrapped around the whole thing. The OSB was roughly like $3,000 or so. And then the metal roof was, I think it was about $6,000 ish for the roof. It's all black metal. And then from there, so like I said, all the OSB wrapped around the whole thing. And then we wanted the shop to match our house. And so I went with board and batten, Hardie board, for the whole side, the whole outside of the house. It was, I think, labor and the material itself was about $15,000. I think it was, I don't know, 8, 9 something for the material, and then the rest was labor. Might have been 10 for the material. It came out to be about $15,000 for all the siding and to put it on. And it was a tough time finding someone who could put it on and actually put it on right. I looked up and finally found my contractor. Found a guy, and the guy that framed my shop didn't want to do the Hardie board. So anyways, he had a friend that done it commercially, so he came and done it as a side thing for him. My windows, I have black windows on the outside. The inside's white. Like I said, that matches our house. We wanted everything to match perfectly. I think the windows were like $2,000 ish, and they were about 22 weeks is what it took to come in. So if you're building a house right now is not the time to build a house. Everything is so backed up. We had to get out of what we were in, so that's why we built, and we had planned on last year, for the full house build. But windows were like $2,000. The Tyvek wrap on the outside for the OSB and the Hardie board was like, I don't know, $200, $300, $400, something like that. So I have 3 12 by 12 insulated automatic shop doors. They're panels with the glass in it. All 3 doors installed was $10,150. That obviously varies greatly. It depends on if you want a roll-up door. I wanted automatic. I figured for the extra little bit, whatever. So I wanted automatic doors. So that's what we got. I done all of the electrical myself. I'm no electrician, but it is not hard. I brought home a scissor lift from work and wired this whole thing myself. I think it was like, oh gosh, I don't know, maybe 1,200 foot of wire. I don't know, something like that. Maybe 1,700 foot of wire. It was a lot of wire. Forgot the exact number. It came out to be about $2,000 is what I spent on all the electrical. Like I said, scissor lift brought it home for free for my work. One afternoon, I think Thursday afternoon. Took off on a Friday, wired this whole thing before that Sunday, or really just pulled wire. And I actually done that before my roof got put on. So it was kind of nice. You know, got up one summer day, sun beat down on me, pulled all the wire overhead. Of course, my main breakers to this side, I think I have roughly 30-ish, 25, 30, maybe 33. I think that sounds about right. Just 110 outlets. The majority of them are on my back wall, and of course I have them all on both side walls. And then on the front as well, in case I ever have to run anything outside. And then I think I have 10 or 11 220 outlets. As of right now, the only thing 220 that I pull, I have a Grizzly joiner. It's an 8-inch joiner that pulls 220. Then I have a, I don't know if I forgot the brand, 220 table saw, whatever brand, Delta maybe? Anyways, whatever it is. It's a cabinet saw. That pulls 220. I have now my dust collector. I got it put in here about 2 weeks ago. It pulls 220. Then I got a planer, a big 20-inch planer that's coming. Should be this week. Should be here like Friday or so. It pulls 220, and then I'm planning on getting a CNC machine. So I plan on, you know, adding, which I didn't pull all the wire because that 220 wire is high. I didn't pull all the wire. I think I pulled like 4 or 5 of the 220 outlets, you know, just to kind of get me going. I can always go back and, you know, pull me some 220 from one of the sides. But, so like I said, I've done all the electrical myself. It was not hard at all. The hardest part was pulling the wire. I mean, that was the most time consuming. I think I have 11 high bay lights, which I will link those below. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out. Channel's growing tremendously, so please hit the subscribe button, like button below. But I have 11, I think they're 22,000 lumen high bay lights. Plenty of light. I don't think I could add any more. I'll add one when I get my bathroom. I got another thing, got my shop framed up for a bathroom. I wired all the lights, hung the lights, pulled all my lights are on one wire. You know, they don't pull anything. So I got 110 outlets, 220 outlets. I don't have any 3-phase power. And then I have all my lights as well. So, and then my doors, there's an outlet. I had to hang an outlet for each door. So I guess I kind of have an extra outlet hanging, but I don't use half my outlets right now. But you know, just to wrap this up, like I said, and then I've done all the wiring myself, and I also done all the painting on the outside myself. So like I said, we had a Hardie board. Most people who are watching this video are probably gonna do metal. You know, we just had to be extra about it and had to match our house. So I did not want a big old metal tin can beside our beautiful house. So, you know, that was one thing we had to give on. So wired the shop myself, painted the shop myself. I used Sherwin-Williams Snowbound White. I got a commercial sprayer that I bought a few years back. Cause going into it, I knew that I was gonna be painting the outside of my house anyway. So I got that, and I think it was $1,000 in paint, something like that, 3 or 4 buckets. And I used the best, the exterior, weather guard, whatever paint it was, just straight white. So yeah, all in all, it was, you know, you could probably plan on spending $70,000 to $80,000, depends on what all you want in it. And that's not even, I've not done anything to the inside besides wire it and get it ready to work in. I think just what I have on my list, you know, I spent about $75,000 to build this whole thing. Like I said, you take out a little bit of lumber inflation, you might could do it for 70. You know, depends on what you want for the doors, you know, the wiring, if you got to pay someone and whatnot, and painting and the board and batten, and of course. You know, you take off the Hardie board and put metal, probably save $5,000 right there, but if not more than that. So yeah, you know, so just some future plans that I have. Like I mentioned, I want to get a 4x8 CNC machine, maybe one or two. You know, maybe this year I might go pick up one. But my first thing is I'm going to put spray foam on the roof. I think I got it quoted at $60 something $100, $6,200, $65, somewhere in there. So I'm going to spray foam the roof. Hopefully this summer is my goal. And then from there, I'm going to line the whole bottom. I have all the outlets sitting 4 foot off the ground. So I'm going to put 4-foot metal across the whole bottom of the shop. Of course, I'm going to insulate all the walls with just regular traditional insulation. 4-foot metal across the whole bottom, and then insulate the rest of the walls, and then probably run some boards just straight across, paint them, stain them all different colors, paint them different colors, whatever. That's my plan, and then I might hang some old tools or something. Still got to finish my bathroom. I've not even, you know, I'll eventually get it blocked off and get it insulated, and, you know, toilet, and has room for shower and vanity and plumbing, and, you know, get all that cool stuff done in there so that I can have a bathroom out here. So yeah, and also I think for the ceiling, I really don't know what I want to do yet. Tell me below what you think I should do, what I should add. Give me some cool ideas. You know, I thought about pegboards in places for tools. You know, lining all these walls with shelves, and I don't know. You know, I have some shelves up right now, just kind of temporary. I know they'll have to come down when I put my walls up. So I don't know what I want to do yet. A friend of mine, he has a shop, and he has it's a smaller shop. It's, I don't know, probably a 20 by 20, maybe 20 by 30, but he has all his tools. He has old tools that he picked up from yard sales and flea markets and whatnot, that he has just hanging on the wall. So, you know, I thought that was pretty cool. I might do that myself. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the ceiling. I might put metal up there. I really want to put metal, but then again, I got some sheets of Luan, little 4x4 squares. I might just put that up. I don't know yet. Like I said, drop a comment below. Let me know what I should do. Hope you enjoyed. Hope it helped. If you have any questions, let me know below. Thank you.